Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn the conversion of isometric view of any model into orthographic multi-view. We know, according to the theory of orthographic projection, we can place any object either in the first quadrant or in the third quadrant. Now, if we place any object in the first quadrant, then the object is placed between the plane of projection and the observer. And if we place the object in the third quadrant, then the plane of projection is in between the object and the observer. So, according to that, we will get different two-dimensional views of any object in orthographic projection. So, in this example, I will show you that if we place this object in the first quadrant, then what will be its front view, top view and side view, and where it will be placed. And similarly, I will show you also that if we place the object in the third quadrant, then where we will get the front view, top view and side view. Okay, so let's start. We will discuss the conversion method of isometric to orthographic using the AutoCAD software. So while we will start to draw any drawing in AutoCAD software, we always have to select a template. So the first step is we need to select the template. So to select the template, you can see there is the option given. So if we click in this drop down list, we can have different templates available. Now among these different templates, you can see one by default template is AutoCAD ISO.dwt. So if we select this template, that is AutoCAD LT ISO, if we select this template, then all the specifications like units, dimensions, everything will be based on the ISO standard. If you don't want to do that, you can select this AutoCAD LT.dwt, where any standards are not specified initially. You need to select according to your own specification. So we are selecting this AutoCAD LT ISO.dwt as our template. So if we click that, then our template will open. So this is the template. So you can see that in this template, the background color is white. Now the background color can be changed by selecting on this top left corner icon that is written as AutoCAD A. Now here you can have the one option that is called as options. If we click on these options, next we need to select this colors option, and then in the color option you can see that it is white color is selected. So if we select this black color and if I apply and close, then you can see the background color will become black. So we want to draw in the white background, so we will click on this drop down menu, then select the option, next the colors and then white, apply and close, OK. Now after this, the first step before starting any drawing, we should save this file first. So to save the file, we will move to this save option. So if we click on this save option, then we will have to save the file in our specified folder. So say we want to save the file in the desktop, suppose we want to save the file in this folder. So we are giving the name of this file as, suppose, example of isometric to orthographic conversion. Now we will save it. Okay. Now after each of the step, if we press Ctrl S, you can see that it will be saved quickly. It is Q save, means quick save. Now we will start to draw. Now before starting to draw, we have to first select the units. So at first we will set the units. To set the units, we will type units command. Then press enter. You will have the options that length type is decimal, precision, you can control this precision. I'm taking the precision up to 2 decimal point. Next, this is the insertion scale, means in which unit the draw. If you insert any drawing into the AutoCAD software or into your workbench, then in which unit the dimensions will be shown. That is the insertion scale. So we want to set it into the millimeter scale. So now we will click on OK option. So our units are set. Now before starting the drawing, we can create this. We can create the page, means we can set the size of the page. And to set the size of the page, we need to use the command that is called MV setup. But as it is the AutoCAD LT version, in AutoCAD LT version, the MV setup command is not available. So as it is not available in this AutoCAD LT version, so we will not create any page. So we will directly start to draw. We will first consider that the object is in first quadrant. Now if the object is in first quadrant, then we know that the front view of the object will come above the reference line, top view will be below the reference line, and left hand side view will come in the right profile plane, and right hand side view will come in the left profile plane. So before starting our drawing, we first create the layers, because we will be needed the thick lines, thin lines, chain lines, and dashed lines. So first we will create the layers. For that we will click on the layer properties, and here we will first select the layers. So first layer we are selecting as the thin line. First layer that we are selecting is the layer of thin line. Before that we are changing the color of the background to the white color. We are changing the color of the background into white color. Okay, now we will create the layers. So to create the layers, we will click on layer properties. Now the thin layer first we are creating. So let the thin layers that we are creating by using it will be the black color. Next layer is the chain layer, and let the color we are changing into, say the color is green color. Now we have to load the line type. So we will click on load, and now we will search for the center line. So this is the center line. There are 3 types of center line. One is a 0.5x, another one is a 2x, another one is the normal center line. 0.5x means the dimension of the center line will be half of this one. This is 1x, this is 0.5x, and its double is 2x. Okay, so we are selecting the 1x. So okay, Now we have to select this center option. Now OK. Line weight means what will be the thickness of the line. So we want to select the thickness as the default thickness. So OK. Now again we are selecting the next line, that is dashed line. So we are selecting the color of the dashed line as say this is the color of the dashed line. So press OK. And we need to load the dashed line, so we have to load it. So we find the dashed line. Here it is, the dashed line. So click on OK. Okay, so dashed line has been created. Next we will create the thick line, that will be used to draw the outlines of the object. So we are selecting the red color as the thick line. So OK. Now we have to change the line type into the continuous line, and the line weight we will increase to 0.3 mm. Okay. Now we will cross it. So we have created all these layers. Now after creating all the layers, we need to check that all the object snap options are selected or not. If those are not selected, then click on select all and press OK. Next, you move to this option and you can find that there is a option that is called line weight. So you need to check that whether this line weight option is ticked or not. And there is another option that is called as dynamic input. This option is on or not. If this is not checked, then click on this option. Okay. Now this line weight option, you need to activate this line weight option, as well as you need to check whether the dynamic input option is on or off. And also you on this ortho mode. Okay, so we have turned on all the options. Now we will first draw the reference line, and we all know the reference lines are drawn with the help of thick lines. So first we will select the thick line layer. Next we will click on the line command and we will first draw the horizontal reference line. Now after drawing the horizontal reference line, now we can understand that the front view of the object will come in the vertical plane, and we know that vertical plane is above this reference line. So the front view will come above this reference line, somewhere over here. Now the top view of the object will come below the reference line, and the left hand side view means when we will see from the left hand side, the left hand side view of the object will come in the right profile plane, means right hand side of the front view, and the right hand side view will come in the left profile plane, means the right hand side view will come in the left hand side of the front view. But we are interested to see the left hand side view, because in the left hand side view less amount of hidden features will be available. So we will draw the left hand side view. So the left hand side view will come in the right profile plane. So we can say that in this space we will have the front view of the object. Here below the reference line we will have the top view of the object, and in the right hand side of the front view we will have the left profile plane. We will have the left hand side view of the object. So we will start to draw with the front view of the objects. So in the front view we can see this green color surface. In the front view we can see this green colored surface. So we will start to draw this green colored surface. So for that we will select the line command and we will start to draw. So in the option it is given that specify the first point of the line. So we are specifying that this point is the first point of the line. Now we can move in the horizontal direction or we can move in the vertical direction. Now if we move in the horizontal direction we can draw this line. If we move in the vertical direction we can draw this line. So if we move in the vertical direction, Then in the vertical direction we need to move 20 mm distance. So in the vertical direction we need to move 20 mm distance. So we will write 20 and we will press enter. So we have reached to the 20 mm distance. We have reached to 20 mm distance. Next, if we move in the horizontal direction, then how much distance we need to move in the horizontal direction? 60 mm distance. So we will move in the horizontal direction for a distance of 60 mm. Press enter. Again, we will move to the downward direction to reach this point. And what will be the distance? That is 20 mm. So we will write 20, then enter. Then we will move in the left hand side. Left hand side, the distance we need to move is total is 60. This groove is 40. So 60 minus 40 is 20. In this side 10. In this side 10. So in this side we will move 10 mm. So in this side we will move 10 mm distance. Then in the vertical direction we will move again 10 mm distance. In this left hand side we will move 40 mm distance, and then in the downward direction 10 mm, and in the left hand side 10 mm. This is my lower part of the front view. Now we will draw the upper part of the front view. Now to draw the upper part of the front view, you can pan your space by selecting this page. Okay. Now again we will select the line command. We will click on this end point and we will move in the upward direction. Now you can see the distance from this point to this point is not given, but the distance from this point to this point is given, that is 60. Now from this point to this point is 20, so the distance from this point to this point might be 40. So it should be 40 mm distance. So enter. Now this angle is not given, so we cannot move further right now. So we will press enter to close the line command. Now again we will start to draw from this point in this direction. So again we will select the line command and we will start to draw in this direction. And how much length we need to move? That is 55 mm length. So we need to move 55 mm length. Press enter. Then in this direction the distance is, in this direction the distance is 45. So in this direction we will move 45 mm distance. Now we can connect these 2 points to get this inclined portion. After getting these outlines, now we have to draw the outline of the hole. Now to draw the outline of the hole, we first have to locate the center point of the hole. Now the center point of the hole is from this edge at a height of 25 mm, from this edge at a distance of 30 mm. So we need to draw this chain, we need to draw the axis of the hole. So for that we will use the chain line layer. So we will use the chain line layer. So we can see that from this point to this point the distance is 25 mm. So basically from this point to this direction it is 25 mm. So we can say that from this point to this point we can draw a 25 mm line. Then if we draw in this direction, or if we move in this direction, then we can draw the horizontal axis for an arbitrary length. Now this line is extra, so we will delete this line. So we will select this line and we will press delete. This line will be deleted. Now again we need to draw this axis at a distance of 30 mm from this edge. So we will select the line command again. From this edge we will move 30 mm distance, then press enter, and now we will draw the vertical axis. Press enter, line command is completed. Now this is the extra part, so we will delete it. Okay, so we have these both the front, the horizontal and the vertical axis. Now we can increase this vertical axis by expanding or by stretching these points. By stretching these points we can extend or we can stretch these axes. Okay. Now after this we have this intersecting point where we will have the center point of this hole. So we will select the circle command to draw the hole, and we will select this intersecting point, and we will select this intersecting point, and now we have to draw, but we have selected the wrong layer, so we will press escape. First we will select the correct layer. Now we will start to draw again. So we will select the circle command. What is given? Specify center point for circle. So this is center point for circle, so we will click on this point. Now specify the radius of the circle, but we don't have radius, we have the diameter. So if we need to put the diameter, we will first write D, then we will press enter. Now we will give the diameter of the circle. So the diameter of the hole is 20 mm, so we will write 20, then enter. So we have this hole of the object. So this is the complete view of the front view. Now after drawing the front view, now we have to give the dimensions in this front view. So to give the dimensions, we know we use the thin lines. So we will select thin line. We will select the thin line. Okay. Now we will select the thin line. Now we will select the thin line. Now what we'll do? We will provide the dimension for each of the lines. But we will provide the dimensions only for those dimensions which are available. Like the location of the center point of this hole is given. So we will provide that dimension. So the location of the center point of the hole is 25 mm from this edge. So what we'll do? To provide the dimensions, we have two options. One is the discrete dimension, or through this drop down list we can have different types of dimensions for different features. So like if you want to give the linear dimension, you can use this linear option. If you want to give the aligned dimension, you can use this aligned option. If you want to give the dimension of a circle, you can use this diameter of the circle. If you want to give the dimension for an arc, you can use this radius option. But in this case, we want to give the dimension in the linear mode, so we will select this linear option. Now we want to provide the dimension from this point to this point, so we will give the dimension of the object. Similarly, we will give the dimension of the center point from with respect to this edge also. So again we will select this dimension option, and from this point to this point we will provide the distance, the dimension. Similarly, we need to place the dimension for this height. So this height is 55 mm. That means from this point to this point it is 55 mm. Similarly, from this point to this point it will be 45 mm. We will only give the dimensions which are available. Next, we can give the dimension of this 20 mm height. So we can give the dimension for this 20 mm height. Okay. Similarly, we can give the dimension below. From this point to this point we can give the dimension. Similarly, from this point to this point we can give the dimension, and we can give the overall dimensions. We can give these overall dimensions. Okay, so all the dimensions are given in the front view. This 10 mm can also be given. The distance of the 10 mm can also be given. So this is the 10 mm distance. From this point to this point, that is 10 mm distance. Okay, so in the front view, another one is this, the diameter of the circle. So to provide the dimension of the diameter of the circle, we will select this diameter option. Now we will select on this feature, and you can see the diameter you can get. Okay, now if we zoom out a little bit, then you can see that the dimensions are very small. So if we need to increase the size of the dimensions and the arrowheads, we need to type DIM, dim style. We need to type dim style, press enter. Now we have to modify. So in the modify option, the text, you can see the symbol and arrows. In this space, you can see the size of the arrow is given 2.5. So we are changing it into 5 mm. Okay, and then we move to the text option. Now in the text option, you can see the text height is given as 2.5. So we are increasing to 5 mm, and let's see what is the size, what is the size of the object will be, how it looks like. Okay, now the text placement, whether the text will be placed above or it will be at center, all these options are given. Okay, all these options are given. So we want to place the dimensions above, or we can place it at the center. Now the dimension that you will place, whether it will be centered or at extension line 1 or at extension line 2, whatever it will be, that you need to select. Next, the text alignment, whether the text will be aligned with the dimension line, means whatever the alignment of the dimension line, whether the dimension will be along that direction or the dimension will be above the dimension line. Okay, that you need to find out. Next, or we can select this ISO standard. If we select the ISO standard, then according to the ISO standard, the dimensions will be provided. So we are selecting this horizontal option. So we are selecting this horizontal option. Now according to this horizontal option, in this way the dimensions will be given. Offset from the dimension line, you can increase this offset distance of the dimension line. So I am increasing it to 0.625 to 0.8 say. Okay, now press OK, and now click on set correct, otherwise it will not get changed. So click on set correct and close it. You can see the dimensions style has got changed. The dimension style has got changed. Okay. So now this is the front view of the object. Now we have to draw the top view also. We can see that with respect to the reference line, the size of the object is very small. So what we'll do, we will reduce the size of the reference line, and we want to move it. So to move it, we will select the command move, and now we can move this. Now we can move this reference line to our desired position. Okay. So it is completed. Now we will draw its top view. So in the top view, when we see from the top, we can see this yellow colored surface. We can see this yellow colored surface. So to draw this top view, what we'll do, at first we will project any one point. Either we can project this one, either we can project this point, or I can project this point. So if we project this point, then this point is this one. So if we project this point, then we will project this point in the horizontal plane. So what we'll do, we will select the layer first. So the layer is given as thin layer, it's okay. Now we will select on line command, and now we will select this point which we want to project. So we will click on this point and we will project this point on the horizontal plane and press enter. Okay, so this is my point, and from this point we will start to draw. So this is the point that we have got, and from this point we will start to draw. So this point means basically this point when you see from the top. So from this point we will draw this part, and then we will draw this portion. So again we will select the layer, that is the thick layer. Now again we will select the line command, Now we will start to draw from this point. So we will click on this point. Now in this direction, how much distance we need to move? We need to move 60 mm distance. So we will type 60, press enter. Then in this direction we need to move, how much distance is this one? Total is 40 minus 15. So this distance will be 25. So in this distance we will move 25 mm distance. So we will write 25, press enter. Now in this direction, how much distance we need to move? That is, again it is 60 mm. And in this direction it will be 25. Enter. Completed. Similarly, we will draw this top surface also. So now to draw this top surface, we need to know the distance, this distance. What is this distance? It is 45 from this point. So we can draw the 15 mm line. We can draw the 15 mm line. And now if we move in this direction, how much distance we need to move? 45 mm. So press enter. Now we can draw this edge. At the same time, from this point we need to move in this direction. How much distance we need to move? The total is 60. This one is 45. So 60 minus 45. So this distance is 15. So this distance will be 1515. Enter. Now if we move in this direction, we can complete the top view of the object. So we have already drawn the top view. Now we have to, whatever all the hidden edges we have shown, but there are some, all the outlines we have shown, but there are some hidden features are there which cannot be seen in the top view. Like hidden feature means this hole is one hidden feature, this groove is another hidden feature. So we need to show the hidden feature also. But before showing the hidden feature, we need to draw the chain lines first. So for that we need to select the chain line command. Next we need to select the line command. Now we can track this chain line. Now we can track this chain line. So to track the chain line, what we can do, to track the chain line, we can first, we will first check whether the object snap tracking option is on or off. If it is off, then you need to turn on this option. Now you first keep your arrow on the end point of the chain line. Then you just drag it, don't click it, you just drag the point. If you drag the point, you can see that from this point you can draw the chain line. Now after drawing the chain line, now you have to draw the hidden feature or hidden edge of this circle. Now the circle is 20 mm. The diameter of the circle is 20 mm. That means in this side it will be 10 mm. In this side it will be 10 mm. So we will select the dashed line layer. Now again we need to track this point, this quadrant of the circle. So if we track this point, then we can draw this edge. Okay. Now this is the extra portion of the edge. So what we'll do, we will use the trim command, and then again we will press enter, and now we can remove the extra portion of the line. Okay. Now we can draw this part in this side by using the mirror command. So we will use this mirror command. Now you need to select the object. So this is your object. We will press enter. Now you have specified the first point of the mirror line. So this is the first point, and this one is the second point. Do you want to erase the source object? No, we don't want to erase. So this is the hidden portion of the circle. Now there is a hidden portion of the groove also. So to show the hidden portion of the groove, we need to project this point, because this point and this point is the starting and the end point of the groove. So we need to project this point. Okay, So we need to track this point. So after tracking this point, now again we can draw a line. We can draw a line. Now again this one is the extra part, so again you use the trim command and erase the extra part of the line. Now in the same way we can mirror this edge. We can mirror this edge in the right hand side. Then press enter. It is completed. So this is the groove. This one is the hole. Okay. Now you can see here the line. Although the line is a dashed line, but still it looks like a continuous line. So what we can do, we can change the scale. So to change the scale, to change this scale, we can write that LT scale. We can write LT scale command and press enter. Now the scale factor is given as 1. So we can reduce the scale factor. If we reduce the scale factor, then the gap between the dash will be reduced and the size of the dash will also be reduced. So if we make it 0.5 and if I press enter, you can see that the gap has got decreased and now you can see the dashed lines. Okay, so in this way you can change the scale of the dashed line or the chain line. Next, now we will place the dimensions. So to place the dimension, again from when we'll see from the top, we can see this 15 mm dimension. We can see this 25 mm dimension, or we can see this 40 mm dimensions. And always remember, we will only show those dimensions which are given in the drawing, and we will not repeat any dimensions that we have already shown in the front view. So we will give the dimension in the top view, only the dimensions which are not shown in the front view. So for that, again we will select the linear dimension mode and we will select from this point to this point distance, but before that we need to change the layer. So we need to change the layer. So we will change the layer to thin layer, and now we will select the dimension, linear dimension option, and from this point to this point we will put the dimension, that is 40 mm. Next, the dimension from this point to this point we will provide, that is 15 mm. Okay, any other dimensions needed? Okay, we can change the position of the dimension in this way. Is there any other dimensions we need to place that we have not given in the front view? So basically, as we can see that all the dimensions are given in both these views. Okay, so now it's time to draw the side view, but we don't need to place this amount of gap, so we can use the command move command. Now we will select this object and we can press enter and we can select and we can move it. Okay, and we can erase this line because this line is not required further. Okay, now we have to draw its left hand side. The left hand side view will come in the right hand side of this front view, but this right hand side is the right profile plane basically. So we have to draw first the vertical reference line. To draw the vertical reference line, we need to select the thick layer and the line command we will select, and we will draw the vertical reference line. We will draw a vertical reference line. We will select the vertical reference line. Okay. Now after drawing the vertical reference line, now again we have to project any one point from both the front view and the top view. So again we will select the thin line, we will select the line command, and we will project any one point. Okay. Now in the side view, say if you want to start with this point, if you want to start the drawing with this point, then basically this point is this one for this one, and here is this one. These 2 points are this point. So we can project this point first on this reference line, on the vertical reference line. Then we have to draw the 45-degree line. So to draw the 45-degree line, we will press tab, and after pressing tab, now you will be able to place the angle. Now the angle is given as 0 degree, as we have already selected. We have already turned on the ortho mode. That's why the angle is 0. Now if we change the angle to 45 degree, okay, now we have to change after we have set the angle of the line, now we want to change the length of the line. So again we will press tab. So now you can see the angle is fixed, that is 45 degree, but the length of the line is not fixed. So say we want to draw it up to this portion, and we are pressing as enter. Next, again we will select the line command, and we will draw a vertical line from this point. Press enter. Again we will draw another line from this point, so we will get the intersecting point. We will get the intersecting point of the object or of the view. Now from this point we will start to draw this shape of the side view. So for that we will select the thick line layer. Then we will start to draw the line with the line command. So we will start from this point. So from in this direction it will move to 40 mm distance. Then in this direction 20 mm distance. Then in this direction it will be 40 minus 15, so 25 mm distance. Next, in the upward direction it will be 55 mm distance. Then in this direction it will be 15 mm distance, and then in the downward direction we don't know that dimension, so we can press enter over here, and again we can start the line command, and from this point now we can get this point, that is at a distance of 60 mm. So at a distance of 60 mm we can get another point, and then we can close the total region and we will press enter. Okay, now we need to draw this edge. So to draw this edge we will select the line command and we will search the point. Here it is the point, so we will click the starting point of the line and we will end the line. So you can see the line command is completed. So this is the side view of the line, side view of the object, and this one is the left hand side view. Now here also we need to show the hidden feature of the object. So here in this case the hidden feature is circle again. So again we have to draw the chain line. So to draw the chain line we can select the line command and we can track this point and we can draw the chain line. Similarly, we need to draw the one edge of the hole, and we have to draw another edge of the hole. So to draw the edge of the hole we can project this point. So to project, or we can track this point. So for that again we will select the dashed line. We will select the dashed line. We will select the line command. Now again we will track this point of the circle and we will draw this line. Now after drawing this line, now we can again mirror it. So we will select the mirror tool, press enter. Mirror tool. Now select the object, press enter. Now select the first point of the middle line and the second point of the middle line, and we don't want to erase the source object, so press no, and you have this, the hidden portion of the hole. Now you need to show the hidden portion of the groove also. So for that again we will select the line command, and already the dashed line is selected. Now we will track this point. So we have got this point. So from this point we can draw the dashed line up to this point. Now press enter. So this is the left hand side we have already drawn. Okay, so this is the front view, this one is the top view, and here it is the left hand side view. Now after completing it, you can delete these lines if it is not required. If you want, you can keep it, or if you don't want, you can erase it. Next is, so we have already completed our drawing. Now if you can remove this grid mode and you can check your drawing. You can check your drawing. Okay. Next, after that, so this is the first angle projection system. So if we write, then this one is the first angle projection system. The first angle projection method. First angle projection method. Okay, we can increase the size. We can increase the size so that it is visible. Need to increase it further. This is my total portion. So now we can draw a box so that it can easily be isolated than the total space. So I'm drawing it that this is my total space. Okay, and the rest of the outside objects we can delete if we want. This is the first angle projection system. Now similarly we can draw the third angle projection system also. Now to draw the third angle projection system, what we will do, to draw the third angle projection system, just the front view will be below the reference line, top view will be above the reference line. So for the third angle projection system, if we draw it, so for that what we'll do, we can just copy the object. So we can just copy this object, press enter, and now we will keep this object. This is the front view, so we can keep the front view below the reference line. So if we draw, before copying it, we first draw the reference line. We will first draw the reference line. So this is the reference line. Now below the reference line we will have this front view, so we can copy this front view, press enter, and now we can move the front view below the reference line. Okay, just a minute. Let me remove this one first. First we are copying it. Then based on that we will copy it. Okay. Again we can move it. To this side. Okay. Now this is our front view. Now above the front view we will have the top view. So above this front view we will have this top view. Above the front view we will have the top view. So we can place it over here. these 2 points I've kept in this way. I'm moving it a little bit further, little bit above, like this. Okay, so this is the top view, this is the front view. Now we can draw the reference line. This is the reference line set. Now we can move the side view also. So to move the side view, again to copy the side view, we will again select this, all this, we will select the body, then press enter. Let me delete this extra item. Okay. Now we can move it. And let this is the position, proper position. And now we can draw the vertical reference line also. Okay. Now we can draw the outside or the outline. Okay, and we can erase the extra items or the extra lines. So before that, let me write it. So again, we will select this text. Here we will write the third angle. If we draw with the help of third angle projection method, then we will get it this way. And increasing it into 5. Okay. Clear? So now we can erase the extra item by using the trim command. Okay. So this is the first angle projection system, and this one is the third angle projection system. The first angle, and this one is the third angle projection system. Okay. Now after completion of this total drawing, now we need to plot it. Now to plot it, first we have to first you save the drawing. Now if you need to plot it, next you just have to click on this drop down list. You can have the option as print. So you click on this print option. Now printer or plotter. So we want to plot. So we will select, suppose you want to create a PDF file. So you just select this drawing to PDF option, DWG to PDF option. So you just select it. Then you select the page size. So your page size is ISO A4. So ISO A4 297 by 210. And you select this landscape mode. Now which area you want to plot. So you select on this option and select the Windows option. Now you will be asked that which portion you want to plot. So this portion we want to plot. So you select it. Now you can select this center the plot option. So the whatever the plotting will be done, it will be at the center of your page. Now you can check the preview. So you can check that this type of shape will come, or this type of view will come in your drawing, okay, or in your printing. So now we can, if we click on this plot option, then it will be plotted, and now you will be asked that where it will be plotted. So again, in the same folder I am plotting. So in this folder I am plotting. So I am giving the name as it is. So I am and I am changing it to just as the first angle projection. Okay, and save. Clear? So this is the view that you can see. This is the view. Similarly, you can plot this another drawing also. You can plot the another drawing also in the same way. You can plot the other drawing also. Okay, the same way you can plot it. You can preview it. It will look like this. So you just click on this plotting option. It will be plotted, and you can give the name. Just I'm changing the name to first to third angle projection. Save. Okay. So in this way you have to convert the isometric view into orthographic multi-view projection in AutoCAD. In the next classes, we will show that some more examples on the conversion of isometric to orthographic multi-view conversion.